Chapter 5. The three women leave Moabak early the next morning, carrying with them the things that they want to use upon their arrival. And they arrive unnoticed. They are also surprised that on their way, even Moabak women do not know that Mechane is sick. This is an indication that they do not care about her health condition. Imade puts the blame on Wobe, who is married to an Igbo man, and her marriage distances her away from her mother. Consequently, she cannot take proper care of her mother, thereby abandoning her to herself. They arrive at Mechane's hut unnoticed because she lives at the entrance of the village. They are really very worried and upset about the nature in which they meet her and her hut. The hut emits a pungent scent that causes nausea, and Mechane is smeared in her own shit. Imade is not happy that Ntube is happy that Ntube shows courage to withstand the sin despite her asking her to stay away. The two women clean their sister with love, clean the physics on her body, clean her bedding, and make a fire and lit a fire to warm the house. Imade takes the physics infested blanket to the stream and washes it clean. Ahone feeds Mechane with a plantain cake that she had brought from Ekenzo, but she's unable to eat. Coincidentally, Wobe arrives with food items for her mother and shows gratitude to her aunts for taking good care of her mother in her absence. Ahone prepares Ovaltine for Mechane, which she manages to eat. Imade is very angry with Wobe, and she tells Ahone that they return to Ekenzo, especially as Ntube has to return to school. She wants Wobe to take care of her mother by herself, but Ahone hesitates because Wobe is still too young to handle such a difficult situation. She wonders if Wobe cannot take care of her mother at this critical moment. When would she be able to accomplish her duty towards her mother? As Imade is about to leave with Ntube to Ekenzo in order to return the next day, they discover that Mechane is dead. The women summon courage to keep the house and surroundings clean before they begin to cry that invites sympathizers. Imade takes a drum from one of the abandoned buildings and beats it, singing praises for the dead woman. The old men do not understand why the drum is beaten, and they ascribe it to the death of a notable oil warrior. Ahone is embarrassed to find out that the drum had been beaten by Imade, especially as they are strangers in Moabak. In addition, beating of the drum is a male prerogative. Ironically, it has been her duty to beat the drum to announce the repairs of the hammock that had put her in conflict with the men in Attic. Ahone reproaches her sister for committing such an abomination, but Imade replies that when men fail to take up to their responsibilities, it is the duty of women to take over. Imade believes that playing the drum just once will not downplay the courage and masculinity of Moabak men. Imade is also very angry that Mechane had allowed Wobe to get married to an Igbo man and to live a comfortable life while she dies miserably. Ahone is not happy with such confrontation, especially at a crucial moment when they have a corpse at hand. An old man who is usually a babysitter to the children in the village and three women arrive and feel guilty after listening to Imade's recitations because the village had failed to take care of Mechane as promised to Wobe. She has been a generous woman to all the villagers, and Wobe had given tips to that effect that her mother be taken good care of. Wobe eulogizes about her mother's generosity and neglect by those whom she had showered love to, but for her two aunts who had come from a long distance to take care of her. This reproach touches Moabite women. The old man realizes that the drum had been played by Imade and it is punishable by a heavy fine. Ahone pleads that the old man conceals the drummer with a lie, but Imade is not happy that Ahone pleads her case. She satirizes men who cannot beat the drum and only attend funerals to drink alcohol. Ahone cautions her not to start a new problem in a different village where they are simply strangers. From the reading of this chapter, the following are worthy to note. Take note of the loving nature of Ahone and Imade, who clean Mechane, clean her hurt, feeds her before she dies, highlighting love. Imade's character is fully developed as being courageous, as being reproachful, and as being confrontational. Courageous because she takes the courage to wash Mechane's physis-infested blanket at the stream. She's reproachful to Wobe for abandoning her mother and enjoying her life in Tombell. She's confrontational because she is ready to make sure that Moabite women do not take part in the burial ceremony of their sister for neglecting her at the moment when she had needed them most. There is contrast between Imade and Ahone, with the former being very confrontational, while the latter is very peaceful. There is also the exposure of tradition, as death is announced through the beating of the drum and with praises. It should be noted that it is abominable for a woman to beat the drum in Boatmoot community. Lastly, Wobe usually provides her mother with her needs, highlighting love. In return, Mechane shares the provisions with the other villagers, highlighting generosity. Nevertheless, the villagers neglect her in her illness and at the moment when she needs them most, highlighting ingratitude. It should be noted that it is because of the manner in which they treat Mechane that will bring conflict between Imade and the women of Moabit. The death of Mechane is also one of the actions of this novel that clearly portrays to us the true personality of Imade through her actions, throughout the burial, throughout the proceedings, throughout the wake keep, and when she gives her sister a befitting burial up to the closing Deo ceremony.